you're not putting in plastic rum bottle? He said, no, boss, plastic, it'll burn the plastic. I said, show me. So he put rum in a plastic cup and actually it burnt. So I looked at him. I said, you fool, you're drinking this. If this can do to plastic, it burns the plastic. What will happen to your throat and your lungs and everything? What are you drinking? He said, ah, that's right, that's right. But he still drank, rascal. And all of them drank. So why don't you do one thing? If rum can dissolve plastic, it will dissolve your tonsil also, your throat also, and everything. Finish it off. Hey, drink rum and finish it off. Yeah. Otherwise, best is to eat ice cream. No problem. Have gulping ice cream, more and more. Or have ice, swim in ice. Okay, Hare Krishna. So now, as we discussed, the first point would be that who thought about this? Have you spent time understanding? Yeah, just raise your hands, please. Raise your hands. Who thought about this point? Yeah, for the week? Everybody has raised, you just thought about it. Dolly Mataji, have you raised your hand? We did not see you raising your hand. You raised your hand, you thought about it? Okay, all right. Wonderful. So everybody has thought who are participating. Others who are joining us later on, they should be joined. Call them. They should be participating from beginning, not coming later on. Wake them up from their sleep. So it's not a time to sleep now. Time to wake up. Jeev jago, jeev jago. All right. So now please turn the cameras on because I would like to. All our full program will be interactive. So I won't be showing my face alone on the screen with all of you. So now, please mention what are the points that we have covered in the last two sessions, please. Srila Gurudev ki jai, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Part of you can speak or you can write, but participate, please. You made points, please do so. Now's the time. It's recorded now. Yes, please. President Prabhu, please start.
Hare Krishna. So we had two discussions on this particular topic, and in the first discussion, we started with the book Transcendental Teaching of Prahlad Maharaj, where we studied that Vedas are infallible, and the discussion was like, is matlab, did Krishna create the world for himself or did he create it for us? Like, is he charitable, like that point arises, that is he charitable or did he create the world for us or for his own enjoyment? These were the points that we discussed in the first discussion.
Okay, thank you. Other points, please. Thank you very much for starting off, President Prabhu, for kicking off the discussion. What else? What other points were covered?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes, please.
Prabhuji, we also covered the point that are we really born as the we are part and parcel of Krishna. So the soul, the fragmental part of Krishna, do we really born or we existed from time immemorial? In that case, we also read the verse Bhagavad Gita chapter 2 verse 12 and uh, chapter 2 verse 20 regarding it. And again, the same question, we ended up landing with the same question. If we were present, if we existed from time immemorial, then how things turn out to be. We were never created, we will never be destroyed. So, what's the origin of the soul?
Yeah, question remains.
And
Right. Very good.
question remains this.
And you said, and you're going on.
And Prabhuji, also that how we are in quality we are same and in quantity how come we are different? If we reside with Krishna, then and we are fragmental part of Krishna, how we are not same as Krishna?
Okay.
There is a slight change of quantity.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. And who will say what are the two verses we discussed? Translation of the verses, please.
Shall I read for the
Yeah, read, no problem.
first one? Verse is 2:12, chapter 2, verse 12. The translation is never was there a time when I did not exist, nor you, nor all these kings, nor in the future shall any of us cease to be.
Hmm.
And the next verse we discuss, the translation is for the soul, there is neither birth nor death at any time. He has not come into being, does not come into being, and will not come into being. He is unborn, eternal, ever existing, and primeval. He is not slain when the body is slain.
Hmm. Okay, very nice. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. What else? What other points were covered, please?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji, there was one more point that if we were from if we were not created from if we existed from time immemorial, must be a certain limit of souls that were created, or it is unlimited, or because here it is says that it does not come into being and will not come into being. So is there continuous creation of souls or not? It will not happen as it is said here. So there must be a certain amount of souls or certain number of souls that are already created.
Okay,
This
very good.
was also one of the questions.
Very good. Very good. Yes. Yes. What other points were discussed, please? Very good.
We would discuss about the Nitya Baddha and Nitya Mukta souls.
Hmm. Okay. Yeah, we briefly touched upon that. Yeah, that's right. What else? Others should speak also, man. One or two people are speaking.
We also discussed about liberated and non-liberated souls.
Yes, Nitya Baddha, Nitya Mukta souls. Yeah, that's
Yes.
right.
And
That's
what
right.
happened to the liberated souls, and why there is an absolute free will that we don't have.
Mhm. Okay. Okay. Very good. Thank you. Partha was writing, is Krishna selfish for creating us? He says, does Krishna become lesser in quantity when souls are created? Yes, thank you. That's right. We discussed that point too. Okay. Now I want to know, are there any other points which you guys have discussed? All of you. Yes, Padma.
We were amongst ourselves.
Yes, yes,
Uh,
yes, yes.
Bro, last time you asked us to search about what other like Goria
Oh,
things
don't
about.
search. No, you should not search. I said, I will tell you. You asked me the question. You guys searched online. Oh, you'll get drowned. Oh, God. Anyway, what did you learn?
I read one or two paragraphs, so I discussed with Suchi Mataji. I met her yesterday. So
So, what is the one or two paragraph? What does it say?
they say that souls cannot fall down from spiritual world. They, uh, like, they were talking about some tathastha shakti, like marginal potency, where soul either goes to spiritual world or material world. It cannot fall down from spiritual world.
Hmm. Okay, because I said you are make me ask. I will tell you. This is very important. Anything else? You read?
Though there were many references from Bhagavatam, so I thought I should not read it without us.
Yeah, that's good. So any other points? So what did you guys discuss among yourself on this point?
We discussed this point, and we discussed about the point that we had in the first discussion. Like there were some points where some devotees said that Krishna would enjoy even more when he has association and when he reciprocates with his devotees. So these were some points that we were discussing.
Okay, thank you. Okay, what else? Anybody else have you thought? What were the points or among your discussions, among your thought processes?
So, Hare Krishna, we discussed that, I mean, devotees said, if Krishna created us for his enjoyment, so again, that question remains there. Was he not really enjoying alone because he's Sachidanand? He's he's bliss himself. So how he needed us, and then that also that if we were never created, so why isn't that means that we are same as Krishna? I mean, we were not also created, so how we came into being? These were very obvious questions, but we were not really able to get conclusion.
Good.
It was again loop.
Okay, very nice. What about others? What do you guys discuss? What about others? You thought about it? Any thought processes, please?
Yes, Prabhuji, I was also thinking about that why the devotees say that we are serving Krishna in material world, so we have no desire to go back to Godhead. So I was thinking about this, that if we are serving here, we are serving Krishna in material world, then why we are having desire to go back to Godhead, that we'll do this and we'll go back to Godhead. Through devotees, we are serving to this material world, and this question has been raised by Park Prabhu as well. So I was continuously thinking about this question,
Good.
and yeah, this was kind of
Yeah, good, good, very good, very good. So if you are serving Krishna in the material world, then why do you want to go back to Godhead to serve Krishna? Very good. It's a good question. Yes, yes, yes. You're
and
saying
there are a
something.
lot of questions which has been raised to me, that if we
Who
should
who raised it? Who raised the
yeah,
questions?
I was raising by myself, that I was thinking,
Yes.
if this question is if this question is, then why we are very loyal to our parents, because our
Hmm.
our our eternal parent is Krishna, then why we should always think about our parents, why we should why we are serving our parents, because we don't think much about our relatives, and our parents are also changing in each and every birth. So why we are every time we are thinking about our parents, why we want like our parents should be good, why we are not thinking about Krishna every time, because our eternal parent is Krishna, and we are always thinking about, in each and every birth we are thinking about, or okay, our parents should be very good, our parents health should be good. Why we are not thinking about Krishna? Because now in this birth, this parents will my parents will be my parents will be this. Next birth, if I'll take my next birth, then my parents will be different. So why I'm not thinking about Krishna, and why I'm thinking about this parent only? Because if we are thinking about parents, we are not thinking about the relatives the way we think about our parents. So this was a question, and there were a lot of questions, those were coming.
Very good. I expected the same from you. A lot of questions. Very nice. Very nice. Okay. Anybody else, please? Or you guys are so busy in your life, cooking, cleaning, washing, fighting, that you thought one way. I thought, what is so okay, forget it, fighting, and then very busy in your life, is it? What about others then? This is what we'll assume. This is what I'll assume. If you don't say anything, this is what you did. What do you think?
Yes. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Uh, uh, there was also the question in my mind that if there are two kinds of soul, uh, the eternally liberated soul and then those which falls down. So how Krishna distinguished between them? Because we also existed from time immemorial and that soul also. So and we both used to serve Krishna once, but we had a free will to uh, let go Krishna and we fall down. We were fallen. But how can it happen if we are with Krishna and we are totally in bliss? How why we needed to think like that? How that free will would come if we have everything? If we have Krishna, we have everything. Then what was the need of uh, thinking that something is lacking?
Mm.
That
Yes,
was also the question.
yes, yes. Good, good. It's a shame. Somebody had a discussion with other sampradaya as well on this. Maybe same sampradaya, but other mutts or something. It would have been nice if we can have some kind of discussion if you had, you know. Yes, Partha wants to speak something, but he can't speak. He can whisper. You can write. We'll wait for your writing to complete. No problem. Let's hear. If you discuss with other sampradaya, what do they say? Other mutts and organizations, what do they say? Yes, Prabhu also wants to say something. Yes, we'll just wait for Path Prabhu to complete his writing, and then he seems to have spoken to somebody. Okay. The talk before, sorry, talk before with Gaudiya Math devotees. They are of the thought that we were never with Krishna to start with, and then we somehow fell down and are trying our best to go back to Krishna by the mercy of Vaishnava. Yes, that's right. That's right. This is what they think. Yes, Padma Prabhu.
So I had one similar question to Om Prabhu. I was thinking last night that do only Nitya Mukta souls have free will? Because Nitya Baddha don't have any choice but to serve Krishna. But we have a choice to either serve Krishna or come to the material world. So we have that free will. So I was thinking about that, how only we have free will and how they are constantly choosing to be with Krishna.
Okay, okay, thank you. Wonderful. What about others? Now, nobody's going to get free ride. Come on, speak. Other people should speak. What is your thought process?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Um, yes, I also was thinking about this, and we have discussed previously also. So there is, as Past Prabhu said, that the Gaudiya Math devotees thinks that we never came from, fall down from spiritual world, but Srila Prabhupada confirmed that, and that we fall down from Vaikuntha Loka, and the Savrupa will reveal to us. It's in Bhagavad Gita introduction as well. So
That I had said. That all those things
yes,
I had said.
yes, Prabhuji. That's what I said. Previously, we discussed that you
Previously, you
mentioned in
heard
the.
that. Yeah. What is your thinking in this week?
So yeah, there is my thinking on this line that eternally liberated and eternally conditioned souls. So if and there is another in Brahma Jyoti, do the soul fall down from Brahma Jyoti
That is
and
all
then
I said.
go back from.
This is all I had said.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, yeah, that's right. Snapal was saying that They say Prabhupada were teaching to Western audience, and that's why he simplified it and told we were with Krishna. Yeah, that's right. That is correct. Yes, Dolly Mataji, you thought about it. Why aren't you saying? You must say things.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Yes, I have done some reading about it, and in that I was just made some notes from there. It was from the Bhagavad Gita, verse 2, chapter 30. That very first step in self-realization is realizing one's identity as separate from the body. I am not this body, I am the spirit soul. And this is the essential realization for anyone who wants to transcend death and enter into the spiritual world beyond. So from this, I realized that this is just beyond what we say, that we are not this body, we spirit soul, because everything happening within the body is just because of the spirit soul. Body by itself can't do anything, but it is the spirit which is you know,
In the body.
in the body, and which is like working the body, like otherwise body is dead without the spirit soul. So we are not
Okay.
this body, our spirit soul.
Okay. Okay. So if you just stick to this point that we are not this body, just spirit soul. Without the soul in the body is dead. Correct? That's what you say.
Yes.
Now my question to you is this then. Are you the only body, only spirit soul in your body?
Yes, Prabhuji.
You're the only spirit soul in your body? Okay, thank you.
Uh,
Yes, what about others? What do you think?
Each body have one spirit. That's what I
Yes.
understood.
Yes, that's right. That's right. Each body is one spirit soul. So what about others? Who's saying no? No is treated by Pastor. Who is saying no? Okay, yes, Pastor is saying no. So tell me more about no. Why
There are
not?
many organisms that live in our
Krishnas,
body.
not you, not you. You had my discussion with you. Don't jump the gun now. You're privileged class. So what is this now? Okay, somebody raise your hands. So are we the only spirit soul in the living in the body?
We have soul and super soul living in the body.
Yeah, that's right. Only one super soul, one soul living in the body. Where is the doctor? Doctor should be here, man. She's not even said she's not coming. Huh? Okay, tell us now. What is it now? So how many? So we have got one body, one soul, one body, one soul, one super soul in one body. Am I right? Raise your hands. If not, say no. Why not no? If you say yes, why say yes? Yes. Patabu is saying yes. Now he wants to type. He wants to type an answer. Okay. We have so many living organisms in the body. Yes, my son said that. So what does it mean? So what does it mean? So how does it put into our soul and super soul situation? Somebody said yes. I don't know who can say yes. I can't see the whole screen. Somebody wrote yes. Um, okay. Message yes was written by Path Prabhu. Okay. To everyone know. Anyway. Yeah. Okay. Anyway. So what does it mean? We got so many souls, so many organisms living in the body. What does it mean? So how many organisms live in the body? 2, 3, 4, 5. So then say, no, what is it meaning? So if your body is yours, do you know how many living beings are living in the body? Is my question.
No, Prabhuji, we don't know how many living organisms are there in our body to
So
count.
if this body is yours, now somebody got in trillions, yeah, just from the gut, yeah. So how many trillions? There are 100 trillion gut bacteria. How many? This is also assumption. Nobody knows this. They have not even identified the number of different divisions of bacteria in the body, gut bacteria only. What else are living beings? Only gut bacteria are living beings in the body. And these are minimum 100 trillion. This is scientifically they are saying. And they're saying research is going on to find out what are the different varieties of species of 100 trillion in the body, each body. All right? Right. Now, are gut bacteria are the only living entities in the body? What else? Categories, similar categories.
No, Prabhuji. You said that the platelets also.
They are
goes-
living beings.
they're
Yeah, we had
living
discussion on this. Yeah.
platelets, yes.
So what else? You are saying whatever I have said to you. I want you guys to think. You are used to getting spoon feeding on a skin also. So yeah, that's it. Mayuresh is here. Oh, wonderful. On the skin also there are the living beings. Viruses outside skins. Yes, that's right. So how many are you talking? What else? What else living beings in the body? Tell me. What else? Red blood corpuscles. Platelets. Yeah, he said. With discussion we had discussion with Sanjeev Prabhu, and I said this platelets. Red blood corpuscles. They are living beings. White blood corpuscles. Single cell living beings. So you tell me if this body is yours, is it you're the only one living in the body? What are you talking about? And tell me one thing, after you left the body, Mataji said, the soul is the body, soul is in the body. So if the soul leaves the body, will these living beings still be in the body? Or they'll die? Or they won't be there?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. All the like good or bad bacteria in the body, they just die eventually, not straight away after the soul is
That's
come
right.
out.
That's right. All this dies. Some other organisms come in and they eat away everything. Yeah. So your answer to you're just saying, no, you're not. We are not the only one living in the body. Correct? So it's not that simplistic. See, the thing is this, I want all of you to understand these things. That's why I don't like to give away so free things. This question should come from you guys. When we ask a question, nobody has any questions. When I raise one question, everybody says, yes, this question, that question. But why aren't you thinking? I hate to do spoon feeding. To some extent, we didn't do spoon feeding, but why not? Now you tell me one thing, why this question was not raised by everybody? Why none of you raise a question that in my body, if I go away, the body dies? You all know this, right? Soul in the body, soul goes away, body dies. Why nobody raises a question, but there are so many living beings in the body? What happens about them? Along with me, they are living. Now I'll tell you one more thing. You think that you are the only one living in the body. Now you know I'm not the only one living in the body, right? That must be no, right? So what does it mean? I want to ask you one question. Sometimes you feel like, oh, I want to eat something sweet now. Who's telling you this? Have you thought about it? Have you thought about it? If you feel like I want to eat something sweet, I want to eat something spicy, who's telling you this? Your own self? Your own self. So then why are you thinking like this? Who's telling you this? You have no control over it. It's a gut bacteria telling you, the good bacteria. Hey man, there's deficiency of sweet now. Put sweet in the body. So you're eating sweet. And you think I'm the controller of my body. I own this body. And the gut bacteria are minimum 10, 100 trillion. And there are more and more platelets. Everything is, so our body, the cells are also alive. It changes. You know this, right? So what body are you talking about? The house that you live in. You are the owner of the house, right? Here she is. Somebody called her. Who called her? Doctor. Who called the doctor? Who called the doctor? Very good. You come now. Come at the right time now. Now tell us now. How many living beings are there in the body?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Very
Prabhuji, it cannot. There are a lot. It is in the. It would be not really countable, and it can be in the millions, billions, many microorganisms. So
we have already discussed. It is established 100 trillions are only the gut
yeah.
bacteria. Gut
Yes,
bacteria.
true.
Okay. Then there are red blood corpuscles which are alive. They're also minuscule, alive for some time. White blood corpuscles also alive. Platelets are also alive. So we are full of living beings. So what are we talking about? That I'm the owner of my body. If you are the owner, I'm not saying you, I'm talking about all of us. Good, you are here. I'm going to pick on you today, okay? Be ready for this. All right? Get a glass of water. So if we are going to say that I'm alive, you're not the only one alive in the body, man. And that means anything which is alive in the material world, Krishna also is with them. So how many super souls are there in the body? Can you tell me? With each body, with each soul, there's super soul in the body. Do you think like this? How many of us think like this? Nobody thinks like this. See, the thing is, even as devotees, we are very happy to say, even to get the concept that we are not a body, we are spirit soul is a big thing for us. Okay? Then we don't think to say that we are part and parcel of Krishna. Yes, we are part and parcel of Krishna. Sometimes we think that why did we fall down? Oh, it's too hard for me to discuss. Forget about it. But I'm part and parcel of Krishna. I must love Krishna, let's love Krishna, 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 Krishna. How will you love him? You tell me. Anybody loved like this? You love somebody for some reason, right? So what is the reason for you to love Krishna? Tell me. But before that, now, again, so Dr. Sahiba, tell me this, that when we are feeling eating sweet and all, is a gut bacteria telling us we need something more sweet or whatever it is? It's not telling us deficiency is there, they tell us. Is it not so?
No, Prabhuji, it's not the gut bacteria. It's
Yeah.
we want to eat something just because we want to eat something.
Yeah, that's everything that goes in the body is digested. Who
Yes,
digests
Prabhuji.
who digests this? The chemicals in the body
Gut
digest it, right?
bacteria, chemicals, all of those things.
Right. And they are the one telling us. Do some research, will tell you. I'm telling you this.
Yes.
So now in the house, we are all sitting in our house, right? We are the owner of the house, correct? Forget about the body. How many living beings lives in the house? Do you know? Don't talk about ghosts and all that. They may be living there with you. I don't know. I don't care. But how many living beings live in your house? Do you know? Do you even know? No. But I live in the house. My house. We don't even think like this. Anybody think like this? Raise your hands. Anybody is thinking like this? No. Then why should we discuss about love of Krishna? I want to love God. Why do you want to love God? Just because somebody told you you must love God, so you're loving God. I want to love God. But we don't even have basic concepts clear. In our house, when I'm living, I'm not the only one living in the body, in this house. There are millions and trillions. Do you know something? In soil, when you grow gardening or whatever soil, in 1 tablespoon of soil, how many bacteria are there? Do you know? You think there's nothing in the soil. There are billions in 1 spoon of bacteria in the soil. They are the bacteria, just like in our guts. They eat and they made us nourishment. Similarly, if you throw your vegetables and all that in the soil, these bacteria eat them, nourish the soil. Now there is a new concept in farming. which is called no-till farming, not to till anything. This is very good. You see, in the forest, the soil is very fertile. Everything grows there in the forest, but nobody goes and puts fertilizer there. So how is it? It is all, even the weeds and all, when they take carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, carbon, the bad things, and put in the soil to make it nourishment. So now there's a new concept of allowing the weeds to grow. The different ways of doing things. I'm researching on that. So now, clap your hands, all of you. Now we realize that we are not the only one living in the body. Clap your hands, all of you. Please clap your hands. That's what you must do. Very clap your hands. Very good. And pat your back. Very nice. Now I know that I'm not the only one living in the body. Well done. Well done. Okay. Now that we have removed our intelligence, we understood that we are so foolish that we don't even think clearly. We are too taught about all nonsense things. Now we have come to some understanding. So now tell us about why are we born a spirit soul? Yeah. So if our body is not our body, which you are going to leave the body one day, eventually. Yeah, we had a question somebody raised. You love parents, why do you love parents more? Why do you love parents more? Why do you love them at all? Do you know this? When a lady is pregnant, and if they have got when the pregnancy, the delivery is natural delivery, the child born with the gut bacteria are more. There are more gut bacteria in the child which is born than cesarean delivery. So the child, once is born, the body has to recoup and regenerate more bacteria in the gut, even an unborn child, who is newborn child, as compared to one who is natural delivery. These are all very interesting facts. And science is just opening their eyes on this. Why? Wow. Yeah. So, shouldn't we ask the question that I'm chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, who's benefiting? If I chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra loudly, who benefits?
Everyone that hears the Mahamantra.
And who's hearing in our body? All these living beings are hearing. Just a thought. See, that for some reason, devotees, I'm not talking about us, devotees in general, they don't think like this. They don't think about living beings, they don't think about all these things, but we're very happy and satisfied to say we are part and parcel of Krishna, and our business is to love Krishna, and it is done, finished. Go back to Godhead. Now, question was raised, same Sushima Madari said, why do we love parents only? Why do we love parents? No question. Do you know, in the fourth canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, I mentioned this in our previous classes, probably some of you may not be there. There is a prayer of unborn child. And in that, I was very interested to find out the word used in the Sanskrit language for the child is jantu. Normally we say jantu means some, very insect or something, not very important. And it is said in the same prayers that this jantu, before the prayers, it is coming to the leading of the prayers, the same jantu sees his or her brothers and sisters, jantus in the body, in the womb. Because there are so many micro billions and trillions of them poking in the womb of the mother. And they are all brothers and sisters. Is it not so of the living being? We were born of the same mother, same womb. So why aren't they brothers and sisters? You tell me. Do you understand the point? If in the womb of the mother there are so many billions of organisms, in which you are also one of them, jantu, they all are jantus. then everyone who's in the womb of the mother who is born is a brother and sisters. Is it not so? Anybody disputes that? So why don't we think like this first before we talk about Krishna? This is the material world. Somebody wants to think about these points? Analyze these points before we move further? Before we go lofty about Jiva, soul, and we were never with Krishna, or we were with Krishna, and why did he fall down, and our false ego, and this ego and that ego? Nonsense. We have no control over the air in the body that we have. Moving of the air. Our body, my body. So tell me. Think about this. Any questions anyone has on this point about the jivas which are there in the body, the same gut bacteria which is in the mother is in the child's body. So they all are his brothers and sisters. So why should we not take care of them? Tell me. Yes, Padma Prabhu, tell me.
I had one question.
Yes.
So my question is that are we responsible for death of these small living organisms? Because when we die, eventually they also die. So are we
Yeah.
responsible for them?
So, I don't understand the question. I'm sorry, excuse me.
So are we responsible for their death also? Because if
No,
we die, eventually they'll die.
that is too far-fetched. That is not very relevant at the moment. But the question is this, that if all these living beings are born with me in the mother's womb, have they become my brothers and sisters or not? Yes or no? Don't worry about death. Responsibility is different part. But have they become your brothers and sisters? Yes or no? We cannot be egoistic about it. Say, why I'm responsible for death, and why responsible for death? Why do we worry about that? Think about this, my brothers and sisters, full stop. So what happens is this, that from here we understand, my God, this is far out. This world that I'm living in, I don't even know what exists in my own body. Yeah. This should shake us. This should make us think, make us be humble. Is it not so? And each of them, when we have got a cut in the hand, yeah, and the blood comes, and over a period of time, the blood becomes dark, becomes black, and all it stops. These are platelets and red blood corpuscles. Their business is to jump in and close the thing. And they die in doing that. Is it not so? So, Mataji, is it correct? I was told by a doctor only this. He was to come to our program. He said once there is a cut in the body, all these platelets they do is to rush towards the outlet and they close it. And in closing it, they die. And they die to close it, to save the body. Blood thinners also killing these platelets. Between the blood of the platelets, reduction and medicines and all that. This is what they do. They're alive. So what are we talking about? This is a very different concept now. We've gone to a different discussion. Fall of the jiva from the spiritual world seems to be pretty far out for us as compared to what we have got here. Yeah. Any thoughts, please? Any thoughts on this? The small beings are dependent on us. Writing something here. These small beings are dependent on us. We on other beings. Only Krishna is Swarat. 111. That's right. Now he wants to ask a question that why did we fall down? Why is there somebody, a living being bigger than me? But don't feel that we will not become these gut bacteria in our next life. Whom the so-called owner of this body would even care. What who are you? What nonsense, You don't exist, but inside the body you exist. There's fighting going on. My territory, your territory, all these things is going on inside. They don't care. They simply don't care. I'll tell you one thing. I've seen it. Okay, we had ants. So in the ant, we had a few sets of ants. Moving from one ant hole to the other. It was because we live in the bit of a remote outside place, from the city. In one of the corner, I could see ants coming in and going out. So they were walking through. And I was just saying, man, don't come here. I don't know how to get rid of you. You have to kill them. They say what they say. There's no other option. One moment they come, but I took 6 months, believe you me, every day taking out the ants physically, with wet paper, keeping them outside, and more will come. Keeping them outside, more will come inside all those things. I said, oh my God, there's so many things going on. So one time I was sitting there and thinking, it was in the night. I finished my chanting. I said, what do I do? And I was thinking like this actually. 2 holes from here, ants, 2 holes, Here ants were coming along and the ants were going. And I could see I did research to find out what's the story, man, with these ants. It fascinates me, their whole lifestyle. They can't see. Ants can't see. But they have a whole system in place. Okay, there are scavenger ants, then there are those searching ants, and there are worker ants, and there's a queen ant. And when I saw, whenever there's a big ant coming, she will have like 4 or 5 bodyguards around it, protecting. Seriously. And there are few of them. I said, wow, what is happening? There are more ant hills, coming from here to my house, And all this while I said, what do I do? What should be done? And one night I was thinking like this, what's to be done? And I was tired. Imagine 6 months, morning, afternoon, evening, I had to remove the ants physically, without harming them, taking out, closing them. I closed the ant hole from one side. It still managed to come out from the side. I said, what else do I do, man? Give me a break, So what I saw was this. I was astounded by seeing this. I saw that there were big ants coming. There's a queen ant, She will never come on its own. Okay, but there was maybe there were hierarchy of not the big ant, there were smaller big ants also, something like this. So protected. Now these were rival ants staying in. I actually saw, I'm standing in front of them thinking, should I kill them? Why do I kill them? How do I kill them? What do I do? Krishna, help me. I was in months and months, I was thinking like this. And this time I was so intense of thinking, and these guys were completely oblivious. And this big ant started to fight with each other. And they tore apart the big ant. I saw it with the small ants came about, and the big ant, they tore into 2-3 pieces. And then these ants came, they tore this guys into pieces. There's fighting going on. And I said, what are you guys doing? I'm here thinking about killing you guys, and you're not understanding the point. My predicament, you're fighting amongst yourself. Wake up. What are you doing? Believe me, totally oblivious. Another incident which happened, I was going out and I saw there's some kind of those insects. They're not very harmless, but still, their tail has got some kind of a sword. I've not seen it in India. I've seen here, so like a sword, like this, in the tail. So I was standing outside and I said, man, what do I do with them? They should not come inside the house, So I should get rid of them. Normally people kill them, But I was thinking about this guy was walking, and he saw another one of their same species coming, and they stopped, looked at each other, and began to fight with each other, fighting with their tail, And I was thinking, you should be worried that this guy is giant is standing in front of me, who's going to kill both of us anytime, or spray something to kill. But he's not thinking about them. He's thinking about their own selves fighting with each other. You are in my territory. This is my territory. Don't come in my territory. I've urinated in my territory. Fast urine. This is my territory. Why did you come? Fight! And here I'm standing in front of them, thinking like this. What should I do? Stamp on it, kill them, remove them? Of course, we were not going to do this way, but this is what people do. You see? Aren't we like this only? We are not worried about what living beings, what are their, what do they do? Why do they do? Why are they alive? Why am I not alive? Why am I alive? Why they're not alive? You know how many bacteria die when you eat? How many of you eat curd, yogurt? All of you eat curd yogurt? You know how many bacteria are there in 1 cup of yogurt? Billions, yeah. Solid billions, right? Okay. When you are eating with putting sugar, nice, very chocolate yogurt, how many of these gut bacteria? Outside yogurt is not having bacteria inside. It's homemade one. So if you're eating this, how many one bacteria will die, in one yogurt, 1 cup of yogurt? Do you know? No, we don't care. It doesn't come in our vision. We are too worried about our job, too worried about our love life, too worried about our politics, too worried about our fighting, too worried about if we are so intelligent and so advanced, then we are very worried about love for Krishna, love of God. Why did the jiva fall down? But with munching yogurt and killing living beings, we don't even care. Right. Right. Why not? If we are born like this, then in our next life, bacteria in the yogurt, and somebody eats them, and we are dying in the mouth, been crushed, and we see Krishna's universal form where he is killing. We say Krishna's teeth, all living beings are being dead. Right? We see universal, it's then the words, right? The 11th chapter, all living beings are rushing into the death of in the mouth of Krishna, and his teeth, he's chewing them and killing them. Aren't we doing the same every day? Do you eat yogurt every day? Yeah, well, this is what you do. I'm not saying don't stop eating yogurt. Please don't believe. Everything has got living beings in it. Carrots also, you wash them, tomatoes, all living beings. In fact, I make drink of it, of living beings that, and have that your probiotic drink. All I'm saying is that you cannot avoid it. But when I drink, I say, I pray to Krishna, I'm sorry, Krishna, all of them will die, so many of them will die. So when the drink water falls, there's so many probiotic bacteria in it, So they fall down, I catch them and drink them also. And I thank them and I sorry them and wash it away. People think this is mad, man. Completely mad. What is he doing? He's got some kind of ritual going on. They don't understand. I'm just trying to save myself to say, sorry, what do I do, Krishna? Help me. I'm in a predicament. If I step here, there's problem. If I step there, there's a problem. If I go behind, there's a problem. Even if I'm breathing, there's a problem. If I breathe, so many living beings are dead. Do you realize this? Of course we realize it, right? We realize it, correct? Living beings, by breathing, we die in our body. You don't know? Don't tell me you don't know. In our breathing also, so many living beings die. Don't tell me you don't know. Raise your hands if you know. Raise your hands if you know. Everybody will raise their hands. Now raise your hands if you think like this. How many of you think and say, I'm very sorry, I'm breathing? But if I don't breathe, my soul has to leave the body. What do I do? Krishna, help me. Do you think like this? Now you tell me, if you know these things, how would you live life? Would you still be worried about love of Godhead? Nitya Bhajan, Nitya Mukta soul? Or you'll be worried about, my God, my next life, what will I be? Tell me. Tell me, after all this, tell me, hand in your heart, do we deserve to be in the material world? Yes or no? Fall in the material world. Do we deserve to be fallen in the material world? Yes or no? Without thinking, we are living like this. I'll hand in my heart, I say, yes, I deserve to be in the material world fallen. Tell me, how many of you will say that you don't deserve to be in the material world? I deserve to be with Krishna. Raise your hand and say, I deserve to be with Krishna. Raise your hands. Raise your hand. No, no. Yes, so we require somebody to tell us, foolish people, when you're eating, you're killing beings. When you're breathing, you're killing. When you're sitting, you're killing. When you walk on the sand, you're killing living beings. When you sit on the grass, you're killing. When you're eating, you're killing. Everything is killing. Nothing is green in the material world. It's not green. Be very careful. So now the question here is, yes, Prabhu, I deserve to be in the material world. Good, but that doesn't mean that you have a full plan to live in the material world. You deserve, but you don't belong here. We deserve, but we don't belong here. That's correct, Maharishi. You're right. So who wants to go back to Godhead? Raise your hands. Yeah, everybody wants to. Okay, why do you want to go back to Godhead? Why? This is my question. Why do you want to go back to Godhead? Now think about it. I'll come in 2 minutes, okay? This is a very important question. Don't just jump and give an answer. I'll come back in a couple of minutes. Think about it. Why do you want to go back to Godhead? We'll meet after a short break. Hare Krishna, don't go anywhere. Okay, Hare Krishna. Let's come from the break now. Thank you very much. Let's resume. Okay. Those who will not there, I will ask them to give first answer. Okay. So why do you want to go back to Godhead is a question. Switch on the cameras, please. Thank you. Possible you can start writing. It will take time to write, you know. Others who cannot speak, they can write. Yeah. I understand Tiwanshi Mataji is traveling, so you can write, no problem. Answer the question. Why do you want to go back to Godhead? Okay. Who's ready? Please start the answer. We agreed that we deserve to be in the material world. That much we are agreeable now, till now. We don't even realize what we were doing, how we were doing. Do we even know why do we brush our teeth every day? Who brushes teeth twice a day? Raise your hands. Very good, good habit. Very nice. So why do you brush your teeth?
To kill bad bacteria.
To kill bad bacteria and gums, you know, protect the gums and teeth. That's right. So do we think like this? You know what? I go and kill people twice in a day, at least. There is no man you kill every time you breathe, you're killing. We think like this. Or Radharani, please allow me to be engaged in yours and Krishna's loving devotional service. Or Radharani, please allow me to me Krishna devotional. There also be jumble. Yeah, this is how we do. No doubt we do like this. We deserve to be like this. So tell us now. Why do you want to go back to Godhead? I want to go back to Godhead because. Answer the question. Those who are not able to speak can write down, please. Those who are running away, they have to write down also. This they have to write down in a WhatsApp group. Those who are not there, who are living, they should all write down this answer. I want to go back to Godhead because. You had your time.
Probably so that you don't have to kill any more bacteria.
For your own selfish reason, you want to go back to Godhead.
Yeah.
Oh. So I don't have to kill. Very good, actually. Very good reason. Is it a good reason for him? What do you think, others? He's giving a good reason? If you raise your hands to say yes, it's a good reason. Look, nobody raised hands. You're all alone with your answer. Okay, good. Let's see others' reasons. Then you got your chance also. Don't worry about it. You also get your chance. Yes. Who like to? Why do you want to go back to Godhead? Please, others, please. Fast Prabhu, I want to serve Krishna and his devotees. Doesn't matter if it's Godhead or not. So you don't want to go back to Godhead. Yeah. So you don't want to go back to Godhead, correct? Yeah. You sure about this? He's positive about this. Oh, so that means you should be complete sannyasi. No attachment to your parents, no attachment to your family members, your love life. No, your love life is only Krishna. No, but I can love all of them in serving Krishna. Yeah, good excuse. Very good excuse. No doubt about it. 100% accurate. I tell this so that we can lure you in. Otherwise, who are you going to listen to this class if you had just met me just now? Saying you're a bloody demon, you're criminals, you're killers. You know, twice at least you go and brush your teeth and killing bacteria. You spray, body spray is killing bacteria too, otherwise your body smells. What is body smell? Bacteria. Yeah, everything is bacteria. Everything is killer. And you want to serve Krishna, and so he doesn't want to go back to Godhead. Everybody agrees with him, he doesn't want to go back to Godhead, he says. Raise your hands if you agree with him. Look, you also are alone, standing alone. I want to serve Krishna and devotees. Why don't you go back to this? You want to remain in the material world. He wants to remain in the material world serving Krishna and his devotees. Why? Very good. Very good. We have to work towards it. Correct? Are you ready to do so? Yes. Yes, I am. Okay, Divanshu Mata is saying, I want to go back to Godhead because this material world is filled with anxiety and miseries. Sorry. Let me read this. Filled with anxiety and miseries. It's the improper place to be in for the soul. It is perhaps personally motivated only. Haribo, Hari Prabhuji. It is perhaps personally motivated only. Yes, it is personally motivated because it's a miserable world. I don't want to be in this material world. I want to go back to Godhead. When there is no life, no anxiety, no nothing, for myself, I want to go back to Godhead. That's right. A good reason? Is it a good reason? Honest, at least it is honest. Is it a good reason? Raise your hands. Is it a good reason or not a good reason? Well, Divanshu Mataji got the answer. Some Mataji is saying yes. You raise your hands? Definitely not a good reason, Prabhuji. She herself is saying not a good reason. Okay. So Mataji, raise your hands. You raise your hands for agreeable to be a good reason.
Yes, Prabhuji, I thought I also have a similar reason as Devyanshi Mataji.
Personally motivated reason. Personally motivated reason. Anybody raises? Nobody raise their hands. You're also alone on your phone. You want to go back to Godhead because wrong reason. Mahaprabhu is given a right reason, but he has to become sannyasi. Is he sannyasi? Yes, Prabhu, I'm grahastha sannyasi. Absolutely right. I earn millions of dollars, but I'm detached. I sleep on a big sofa, water bed, but I'm detached. I'm eating nice food, but even if I don't get food, I'm okay. Right. No, I'm not criticizing you. I'm just showing my representation. You may not be like this. You may be very nice, but just a thought, Well done. But you didn't get any votes. Okay. Let's see who others vote. So we got anyone remaining? Those who are not showing their face are the first ones. Yes, Dolly Mataji, your answer, please. You want to go back to Godhead because. And those who are not there will give an answer in the writing in WhatsApp group. Is she around? We'll wait for her to come back. Mayuresh Prabhu, you write down, please. You want to go back to Godhead because you already said you deserve to be in the material world. So probably you've given up the idea of going back to Godhead, is it? I don't want to go back to Godhead, Prabhuji. I'm happy in my misery. But if not, write down the answer, please. You want to go back to Godhead because. Yes, Dolly Mataji, your answer, please. You want to go back to Godhead because.
Yes, Prabhuji, because I think it's a better place to serve Krishna, because
Better
here we are always tangled with the material, duties. So I think that would be better to serve Krishna if we will be in the Krishna's dham.
Yeah, it's a good reason. I can serve Krishna there better. That's a very good reason. Who thinks this is not a selfish reason? This is a pure reason. Can you raise your hands, please? Those who think this is a pure reason, not a selfish reason, I don't have any opinion. I think it's a good reason. Can you raise your hands, please, if you think this is not a good reason? This is a selfish reason or something like that. You raise your hands. If not, then we'll see how many votes you've got. Sorry, mother. They know better than me. I would have given half the vote of my vote, but I don't know. They're saying your voting is wrong. Your answer is no good. Thank you very much for your answer, though. Much appreciated. Thank you very much. Please be around. Don't show, not show your faces. Otherwise, you'll be there. Those others who are not participating, they should give an answer. Okay, right. Who else are there now? Yes, others now. Please start. Let's hear. I want to go back to Godhead because I don't know. That is my answer. Okay, this is my answer. Don't take my answer now. I gave my answer. I want to go back to Godhead because I don't know. Seriously. After hearing all these things, so many slaps on my faces, My cheeks are become swollen now, with all here and here and here and here. So many slappings I've given to myself. I don't want to go anywhere. I don't want to go anywhere. No, I don't understand material world. I don't understand spiritual world. I just want to keep quiet and go to sleep and cry. Oh my God. It's so funny. This is my position. Okay, now tell me. Don't copy this answer, okay? This is my answer. Okay, now tell me now. Who else is remaining now? Start. All others who are not showing their faces must be laughing away to glory, Mayuresh, Prabhuji, you have to give an answer. Don't just laugh at my answer, okay? Those who have given the answer can laugh at my answer. That's fine. Yeah, I don't want to go anywhere. Yes, start now. Otherwise, I'll start to ask you now. Okay, Sanjeev Prabhu, tell me, you want to go back to Godhead because?
Hare Krishna,
Sorry.
Prabhuji. Yes, so many different answers, and I was thinking, Prabhuji, because I want to serve Srila Prabhupada. So Srila Prabhupada is going there, so that's why you want to go.
How do you know he's gone back to Godhead? How do you know he's not gone to other material world to deliver other living beings?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Why didn't you think like this?
You're right.
Why did you think like this? Why didn't you think like this? Because you want to go back to Godhead. That's why. In the name of serving Prabhupada, he's gone to be Godhead, so I'm going to serve him in Godhead. But if he says my next birth, my next time is in a lower planet. He said this. He said this. So is it a good answer? Raise your hands. You think it's a good answer, or you think it's a selfish answer? If you think it's a selfish answer, don't raise your hands. If it's a good answer, raise your hands. Sorry. This is materially contaminated answer. I want to serve him in Godhead. That's why I'm going to Godhead. You want to go back to Godhead. Using the name of Prabhupada. Anyway, Padma Prabhu, let's your question now. Your answer now, excuse me. You want to go back to Godhead because. And those of us who are watching on YouTube, you can write your answers too. Please, please, feel free. We'll gain from you. I'm just making some bit of mischief here. So keeping it light-hearted, just for some interaction and all that, These devotees love me a lot. That's why they are not getting angry at me. Otherwise, whatever I'm speaking is getting anybody angry. It's not my qualification. But just to churn the bit more nectar, Please, please. So those who are watching us on YouTube, please, if you also want to give your answers, you want to go back to Godhead because, please write down. Okay. Yes, start, Padma Prabhu. You want to go back to Godhead because.
So I think it is a selfish reason that there are miseries in material world. We have to get old. We have to die. We have diseases to get out of that. And
So you want to go
enjoy.
back to So you want to go back to Godhead because you don't want to have all these miseries and all.
Yes.
So let's do a vote count. Who of you think that this is a material? He said it's a material reason. This is a materially contaminated reason. It's a good reason. Raise your hands. I'm sorry, not raise your hands. If it is not good reason, then raise your hands. Well, sorry. Thank you for the answer though, Padma Prabhu. Yes, Saraswati Mataji, your turn now. What do you think? You want to go back to Godhead because I don't want to go to, I do not know is my answer, okay? That you guys cannot do. I've taken
I don't, I don't think I will go, but yes, that is the place where we actually belong. That is the home. So, yeah, so I would like to go home, back to God.
Go home. She wants to go home. I want to go home to my mama. That's right. That's right. That's
To
right.
my Supreme Father.
Yeah, Supreme Father. And Radharani is a mother, His mother, his father, they're there. Very nice. Okay. All right. It's a good answer. I think we should give a vote. Very good vote. Yes, sir, we belong. Yes, that's our belonging. Thank you very much. Let's go. Anyone is there now? Who's remaining? Srushti Mataji, what do you think?
Hi, Swajit. I think I want to go back to Godhead because here I'm suffering and looking at me, my father will be unhappy. And if my father is unhappy, ultimately I will be unhappy. So I have to go back to Godhead so that my father is happy.
What do you think is a good answer? To make her father happy, she wants to go back to Godhead. Yeah, if you think it's a good answer, raise your hands, please. Well, sorry. Answer, no raising of the hands, but it's your answer. You have a right to have your answer. Nothing wrong with the answers, okay? All answers are good answers. Thank you very much. Mayuresh Prabhu is saying, I am also same as Divanshi Mataji. I want to go back to Godhead. I desperately want it to be I desperately want it to be for right reason. But deep down I know I want to escape this miserable material condition, material world, and go where we belong. And maybe I will gain my original God-loving consciousness one day. Why? For personal reasons, I want to go back to Godhead. That's why it was voted down anyways, but good reason. Thank you very much. Samay Mataji, yes, what do you think? You gave your answer. Sorry, you gave your answer. Same thing like Divanshu Mataji. Okay. Who else is remaining? Sopan Prabhu is here. You want to go back to Godhead because if you can't show your face, you can write down. We'll take your point. Now I have one question to all of you to take discussion further. If we know that even after going back to Godhead, we have a chance of falling down, then why do you want to go back to Godhead? Can I know? We discussed that point, right? Right? We discussed that point. When Krishna says, one who, comes from a material world, one lose a body, Prabhupada said, yes, more or less, but still we can come down. Why? Because we are Nitya Baddha Jeev. We have a tendency to fall down. Then why do we want to go back to Godhead? It's taxing, isn't it? So many questions I have to answer. As if I'm in jail, I'm in the court. And this demon is asking like, Yamaraj, why are you doing this? Can you tell me, prove it to me? So now if we know, all of you have given your answers, your reasons to give the answers. Now tell us, if we know that we are going to fall down one day, the chance of it, then why do all this sense control, not eating this, not eating that, no illicit sex, no alcohol, no meditating, no gambling? We do everything. Live in the material world, only enjoy yourself. But you will be born again in the gut as a gut bacteria or a bacteria in the teeth, so they will be brushed out, possible. Or Listerine gargling, killing the bacteria. They also show in the ad, right? They show bacteria killing. And very nicely we watch the ad, munching our dinner, watching the ad. Why do they keep only one or two bacteria inside still? Of course, they cannot prove that they're going to kill everything. They kill some bacteria. That's why they're showing themselves. We don't think like this with our intelligence. Huh? We think like this, Pas Prabhu? Seeing that ad? No. But you want to remain in the material world to serve Vaishnavas and Krishna. Big thing you're giving. You think like this, no? Listerine. Next time you see Listerine ad, you see this. Next time you see Dettol ad, they show killing of the bacteria in your clothes, but they still keep one or two bacteria remaining, 99% of bacteria have been killed. But why are we killing in my clothes? Oh my God. Yeah, how will you go back to Godhead with all this? How will you go back to Godhead with all this? One devotee told me, he's a very senior devotee. He said that one Prabhupada's disciple, Upendra Prabhu, said he traveled in Fiji alone. And he said, we went. He said it was so surprising. He's a Christian man. He's a devotee now. Very senior devotee. Very nice devotee. He said, that once he had become a Vaishnava, so he went to one of these monasteries, where church ladies were there only, for nuns, and there one nun called him, to come here, and he thought she's going to chastise him. She was known to him, from further up places, because he was a Christian background, so he's going to get hiding now. Why did you become here? So he called him. He said, you know something, you are Hare Krishna, right? He said, yes, yes. He said, many years ago, one man came, one Hare Krishna guy came in a horse. Just serious, okay? He came in a horse, and he came all the way to our monastery far away into the islands of Fiji. And he sat with us and he talked about God consciousness, Krishna consciousness, your Krishna consciousness. It was so nice, He said he was truly a God man. She said this. You know what he did? He came in a horse because he did not have any money. So he rode a horse in 80s and 90s, And he said that he had only 2 pairs of clothes. Of course, dhoti kurta, 2 pairs. One he was wearing, and second, the next day, he would wash these clothes and wear the fresh ones and keep this till the time it is dry. And wherever he could find place, he would go and sleep there and eat there. So nice, no? Prabhu, you're going to do this way? You'll go on a horse? Yeah, you'll go on a horse? You should. Maybe I'll come with you, in a horse. With 2 pairs of clothes only, Only 2 pairs. And nothing else. Not even a potli, not even food, no nothing. He said he would, whenever there would be a stream, he would wash the clothes, take his bath, take the clothes, and next day, wear the clothes. Until today, there's a devotee in New Zealand. He travels around, not always, but sometimes, many times, he travels around village to village, walking. Very senior devotee. He walks in the villages, from forests everywhere. Wherever he gets a place to sleep in a village, he would sleep there. Whatever he gets to eat, he eats. When I heard about it, I knew he was doing it. So I met him, And I said, is this true? What you do? He said, yes, I do it. I'll try and get him to speak, in your class. Very nice, very charismatic person, devotee, very senior devotee. He said, yes, I do. I said, man, in this cold weather. He said, then what do you do if you don't get place to sleep? He said, then I sleep in by the roadside, I was in this cold weather in South Island. I remember that night I was sleeping nicely in my bed, warm bed, nice heater and all, and I was remembering him. I said, man, how will he be sleeping here? So I met him after some time. So, after you told me this, I remembered you. I could not sleep in my bed, thinking, how would you be sleeping, eating all this non-vegetarian food without onion, garlic, and all those things. And in New Zealand, where they cut and eat everything, man. But there are devotees like this. Very nice. So no problem. You'll have company, Pathahu, for your things. There are very nice Vaishnavas like this. And there are many more we don't know about. Yeah. So the question is, we want to go back to Godhead because, and if we know we are going to fall down from Godhead, then why do we bother? So what should be the answer then? Tell me. So question number 2 is the important question, that why do we bother? So the question is that what should be the answer? What should we aim for? To go back to God is difficult. After reaching there, we fall down again. Chances. So what should be our aim then? Don't search in Google, you won't find in Google. Don't you worry. So different, even in our Sampradaya, there are different spiritual sects in Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya have different reasons. They say the Jiva is fallen for many reasons. So one of them would say that we were never in the spiritual world. We never fell down from Vaikuntha. This is the most, apart from ISKCON, everybody thinks the same. But we have to understand this. Whenever I ask this question, I did not get an answer. They say, but you do devotional service. Nobody wants to discuss this very sticky subject matter. So these people, they say, I mean, all glory to them, they are very senior. Paramahamsas too, you know. So they say we never went to God back. We were never with Krishna, we fell down, there's no question of falling down. And yes, Prabhupada also said in the purport, there is no question of falling down from Vaikuntha. He says this. Prabhupada said once, twice he says this. I've read it, so I know. They say the same thing. They quote the same thing. Okay? So, but we have a choice to go back. All right? But we were never there. Do you understand this? It will be detailed more clearly later on. When you ask me more questions, I'll give you more answers. This is just spoon feeding I'm doing right now. All right? So I'll give you what you can take, what I'm going to give you. If you ask me more questions, not today, separately. Not impulsively questions. Think about it and ask me questions. So, but Prabhupada says, no, we were with Krishna and we have a choice, he fell down. Fall of the Jiva. Don't go out Google searching. If you want to do, you can do, up to you. You'll have more questions than answers. Okay? So Prabhupada said, no, we have got free will and he fall down. And this, although they're his own God brothers, Prabhupada and all, they said, no, they do not know the whole thing. Because Jiva is fallen down for so innumerable lifetimes and years that, you know, it may seem it is eternally we are in the material world. And many Prabhupada disciples have joined them and say, yes, that's right. Jiva has fallen down from this point, never fell down. We never went there. Prabhupada said, no, we went there. Actually, he's one of the only one who says like this. And yes, they say, because he has to preach to the Western world, so he has to say this. Okay? If you need to know more about this, talk to me separately, please. Think about it, talk to me. Don't go researching. If you want to research, please research. You'll be more confused. So, yeah. So now if the Jiva is going to fall down from the spiritual world, which Krishna says you can go back to me, never fall down, but you can fall down, more or less. I've heard Prabhupada saying this. I even heard Mahavishnu Goswami Maharaj, Guru Maharaj say the same thing. So then it's not a question of why should we go. It should be what should be our aim. So a couple of them were really good answers on this. But I want it to be more clear, you know, more crystal clear. See, why do we fall down? Even when we go back to Godhead, why do we fall down? The Jiva is born. When were we born? Let's come to that point. When were we born? Never. Past is never born. So what does it mean? If you're never born mean means
Yeah, eternal.
we are eternally born. We are eternally alive. That's what chapter 2 says. Coexist with Krishna eternally. Be with Krishna eternally. Never was there a time, neither me, nor you, nor the kings were, but we were always present. Yeah. So what was the second one? Who had given this? Om Prabhu or Padma Prabhu? Who had given the reference, the translation? Please give it again.
Yes, Prabhu. Never was there a time when I did not exist, nor you, nor all these kings, nor in the future shall any of us cease to be.
Which verse number it is? 2 point?
2:12.
Yeah. And now the second verse.
Second is, for the soul there is neither birth nor death at any time. He has not come into being, does not come into being, and will not come into being. He is unborn, eternal, ever existing, and primeval. He is not slain when the body is slain.
Yeah, now read the original translation, 72 translation. This was the changed translation.
For the soul there is never birth nor death, nor having once been does he ever cease to be. He is unborn, eternal, ever existing, undying, and primeval. He is not slain when the body is slain.
Yeah, so once being. Being doesn't mean born. Okay? It means being. Once he is being, meaning what? He's always there. As what he is. Do not use the word born. Once being. Okay? So what does this mean to say? What does it mean to say? At the end of it, the summary is that we are always existing. There's no question of birth for a soul. Correct? Right. Second point, so this point is understood. Alright? Second point understood that Krishna is like in Pacific Ocean. And we are a tiny drop of Pacific Ocean. Yeah? Chemically, we are the same. So quality-wise, we are the same, but quality-wise, we are very different. What do we understand by this? That we are very minute, Krishna is very big. Right? And because we are part and parcel of Krishna, we also have a tendency of lording it over. Yeah? That's a free will. Krishna gives a free will because he has got free will in him. And he gives us a free will. He can do anything. As living beings, as jivas, as living beings, we are eternally part and parcel of Krishna. But we are small. Now there are those who are eternally free, Nitya Mukta, and those who are eternally Baddha, eternally conditioned like us. We are eternally conditioned. Different kinds. We are made that way. Suck it up. This is how it is. Okay? You understand this point? So far everything is clear? This is how it is. Shushti Mataji, is your question answered? Is your question answered? Sorry, we couldn't hear you. Yeah, is your question answered?
Yes, Prabhuji. Are you able to hear?
Yeah, the question is answered. I'm asking you about the Nitya Baddha, Nitya Mukta Jiva. We are eternally conditioned soul. This is how we
Yes,
are
Prabhu.
born. This is how we are born. This is our composition. The minuteness of whatever it is. So we are prone to take decisions which are yes and no. Sometimes here, sometimes there. Sometimes we are influenced by Krishna's internal potency, sometimes Krishna's external potency. Okay? Right. Everybody cleared so far? So we are never born, we are always there. We are always existing. There is no Krishna's, delivery room where he delivers viewers and comes out. It doesn't do that. Okay? Right. And we are very minute, infinitesimal. Tatastha Shakti. We are part of something called Tatastha Shakti, marginal potency of Krishna. Marginal energy. Means what? We can be influenced by Radharani, by the internal energy or external energy of Krishna. Right. So now there's a chance for us to fall down even after going back to Godhead. So it's a predicament for us as living beings. So what should we do? Then what should be our end goal? What should we aim for in our bhakti, in our love for Krishna? And just one point before that being part and parcel of Krishna, it is our birthright to be Krishna conscious. You understand? It's a natural position. Prabhupada says it is a natural position, all of our natural position to love Krishna. But we have forgotten because of our association with material world. So reviving this love for Krishna is Krishna consciousness. It's called reviving or lost love. Okay? So this predicament, what should be our end goal? Is the final question we should be asking. Should our end goal be going back to Godhead? To do what? We all give different answers. And we all thought it's not a good answer. Many of us accepted it is not a good answer. And I was confused. I accepted my confusion. Yeah. So what should be the answer then? What should be our aim? We understand that we are part and parcel of Krishna. We understand that part and parcel of Krishna, we have a natural tendency to love Krishna. We understand that we have forgotten our love for Krishna. And to revive this is Krishna consciousness. But why to revive? Is it to go back to Godhead? Yes, that's true. But to do what? It's our home? 100% right. That's a good answer. It's our home. This material world is not our home. That is correct. But if it was our home, why do we leave our home? And there's a chance again in the future to leave the home too. We may say today, no, but I'm not going to leave the home. But you will leave the home. Every girl tells her mother and father, I'm not going to get married. I'm not going to leave the home. But every girl says, gets married and leaves the home. Yeah, it's a fact. So tell me one thing, what does devotional service lead to? The answer lies in this. What does devotional service lead to? Devotional service. What does bhakti lead to? Bhakti. Bhakti or devotional service is a complete package, which is the purpose of our existence. And this is what we are doing at conditioned stage and liberated stage. So devotional service can be performed at any stage No time and space, no material world, no spiritual world. As I say many times, that even if somebody binds our hands and legs, closes our mouth, we can still remember Krishna, try to remember Krishna. They may inject things upon us, will make us forget things. If possible, we may not. After we revive, we can remember Krishna again if we want to. It's just like a lover who will never forget his or her lover. And when we love Krishna, why do we love Krishna? What is the purpose of loving Krishna? Because we are him, he is us. Quantity is different. Everything else is the same. And our material world that we are living in and the experiences we are getting, he is also getting. How is he getting with us? How? As Paramatma sitting next to us. When we would have been gut bacteria, he was with us. When we would be, dogs, cats, he's with us. So, why should we love Krishna? Because we are him. He's us. Just the quantity is different. See, everything is answered by Prabhupada. But we don't sit and understand this, meditate upon the importance and the depth of it. So we perform devotional service, it leads to devotional service. And wherever Krishna or Prabhupada or Guru Maharaj, wherever they want us to go, we'll go. If they feel us to be qualified enough to do so. This is in sum and substance of why are we born? What do you mean by being part and parcel of Krishna? Is this okay? Does it answer all your questions? If anyone has any questions, please raise your hands or write down your points. I'll give you some moments to think about what they said now. That doesn't mean we should not go back to Godhead. No. That doesn't. I'm not saying you should not. But the purpose to go back to Godhead is to do devotional service. The same thing we can do here. In the material world, we got all the difficulties and predicaments because of our own wrongdoings. As I said, we don't deserve to go back to Godhead. We all discussed, we agreed. Because we don't even know how many living beings are there. We are killing, we are doing all nonsensical things in our world. We think whatever, we speak whatever. That's why a preacher's job is very difficult, very difficult. The same people whom Prabhupada took out from the gutter by giving them everything, his own life, his own, services, cooking for them, everything he did for them. The same people, after learning what Prabhupada taught them, they said Prabhupada did not teach everything. But then you should have gone and picked up people from the gutters. So preacher's job is very, very difficult. Prabhupada would repeat the same points from different angles. And people will say, oh, why is he repeating the same points? Very basic. He taught only basic. Is this basic? You tell me, you all are very clever people. You tell me, hand in heart, what do you mean by being part and parcel of Krishna? We discussed 3. This is the 3rd lecture session. Was it that simple? Is this basic? Now that we understand this basic, it will help us our bhakti so much to understand where we want to go. If not, we're going to criticize. If Srila Prabhupada were criticized, what about people like us? They would speak any nonsense to Prabhupada, they would insult Prabhupada. So many things were going on. Guru Maharaj too. So who are you? Who are me? We're nothing, nobody really. It's a thankless job. As Guru Maharaj would say, that preaching is a thankless job. And others also said the same thing, that don't expect to be appreciated in preaching. Your own organization will not appreciate you. But still we do. Because that's what is instruction by our Guru, Parampara. And that's why we as Hare Krishna WECAN is a preaching organization. Must preach. So this one point in our discussion of Prahlad Maharaj took us so much in depth, So much in depth. So deep it is. The philosophy is so simple. It is so simple philosophy. It's so deep that we are so complicated that we don't even know we are complicated. We have to take so much efforts to come to the stage to say, yes, we are rascals. We don't deserve to be in the material world also. And we don't deserve to go back to Godhead also. Because even our reasons are material. So big things, we have lofty things, Rather on ideal like this, and why not like that, and why this and why that. Okay. So we love Krishna because that's our natural purpose for which we are born. Now, how do you know that Krishna created us for his happiness? So if we are part and parcel of Krishna, everything that he has got, we have got in the same way, but quantity is different. So tell me, how is it that for our enjoyment he did not create us? Yes, he enjoys, correct? So we also will enjoy, we are part and parcel of him. Is it not so? Is this question also answered for all of you? See, we don't think like this, we are not intelligent enough. This requires real blessing to think from this prism, this lateral thinking. If he created us for his pleasure and we are part and parcel of him, quality wise the same, quantity wise we are different, that means we also wanted pleasure. Until the time that we are materially contaminated with our family members, whoever, it is impossible to love Godhead. That doesn't mean we should be neglecting our dear ones, our duties. No. Duties are to be performed lovingly. But you cannot be blinded by material attachments. That is wrong, completely wrong. Okay. Now to conclude, I want to hear from all of you one thing that you will pick up from this, and I want to hear it right now. Those who are not switch on the cameras, you must please switch on the camera now. First one to write down. So Devanshi Mataji cannot speak, so you write down, please. So is Mayuresh Prabhu, please write down. So Mataji also same thing. She is in a class. She should write down right now, please. Don't write later on. Please do so. Path Prabhu, show your face and write down. Everybody else, please. That's the same thing. Okay? Please speak. Supam Prabhu, you also can write down. If you cannot speak, please do so. Tell us now, what is the one thing that you picked up from this discussion in 3 weeks? First of all, first question is, did it answer all your questions? So you say first answer is yes, it answered all my question, or no, I did not answer my question. And second was, I picked up this one thing which appealed to me a lot. It can be the same thing for everybody. Fine. The answer is very simple. Okay, let us start. Yes, Sanjeev Prabhu, please tell me. Start with you now.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you very much, Prabhuji, for this discussion.
Thank you for being
Yeah, it's answered all the questions. Yes, Prabhuji. in different angles, and that's really really good, robust discussion. One thing I picked up that devotion service leads to devotion service. So going back to Godhead, all different regions, yes, but devotion service is the aim, but we can do it here also. So devotion service is the process and is the goal, both.
Is the end.
Is the end. So that's what I really picked up.
Yes.
Good point. There's so many other as well, but this is the one point.
Okay, this will keep with you. I want to hear what you will keep with you. Okay, very nice.
Yes.
Yes, Padma Prabhu, please. Others should also write down, please. Be very quick. We have to finish off the program soon. Yes, Padma Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Thank you for the classes from the three classes. This was very helpful for me personally, and it did answer my question. And what I like about is that we were thinking in very narrow perspective. Like from the beginning, we were thinking that we are away from Krishna. Then you gave us a hint that we are eternally part. Then when we were getting stuck, you were giving some hints that so that we can have some wide perspective. So the one thing that I like is that I should uh, ask this fundamental question. Like you always mentioned that why did you not ask this in very first place of very beginning of your devotional life? So I think I should ask more questions like that. And, I also got to know that I don't know most of the things. I don't know anything because I had never discussed any topic in such detail with anyone. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you for my benefit. Hare Krishna. Yes, Sushri Mataji, please.
Prabhuji, thank you so much for this wonderful class. I have learned so many things, and I have never thought that this perspective of thinking will also be there. Yeah, and it answered my all of my questions, whatever I was pondering the weeks and everything. And I was always saying part and parcel, but now I just got the real meaning of part and parcel. We are part and parcel of Krishna, and then how we narrow, like we were like what Pradyum Prabhu said, we were thinking in a narrow perspective, but when we started widening it, how there were so many organisms. We were knowing all these things, but we were not knowing how many spirit souls are there, how we can use this in Krishna consciousness, and why Krishna consciousness is important. So yeah, there are so many things and I've noted, and now I can see there are 23 questions which are raised in these 3 weeks. So
Yeah. Thank you, Mother. Hare Krishna. All for my benefit. Shila Gurudev ki jai, Shila Prabhupada ki jai. Yes, Om Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
sorry, Prabhuji, I just wanted
Oh,
to
sorry.
add,
I thought, yeah, please.
yeah, and these were questions, and now I'm getting answers of all the questions. So 23 questions answered. So I'm ticking each and every question.
Jai Shila Gurudev ki jai, Shila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you. Yes, Om Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji, for this robust discussion and waking us up from our lazy sleep.
It's for my benefit.
The thing is, there was so much there was so much good points, and yes, all the questions were answered. I like that one point that we never think in such a wide perspective, in such a depth. I think I personally used to consider that whatever I used to get satisfied very easily, that whatever I know, it's more than enough. And sometimes with that little or nothing knowledge, that no knowledge, I used to also get a bit egoistic that, yeah, I know better than many of people. I have this wider perspective of life. But now that we discuss things, it punches that egoistic balloon. So, and the point is, yeah, we are eternally conditioned soul. So we are prone to fall down. That's why we need devotional service. That's why we need this association, this Sangha, and Srila Prabhupada and Srila Gurudev.
Yeah.
This is what I'll keep.
Yeah, wonderful. This is for my benefit. Hare Krishna. Like Gurudev ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Yes, Purnavagya Devidas, you would like to say anything? What did you pick up? Is question answered? Any one point you picked up?
So, can I say later?
Okay, you can say that. No problem. Yes, Saraswati Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. These 3 sessions were very interesting and very deep actually. You very nicely presented all these very heavy questions and answered in a nice way, which actually amused us, and plus also gave the answers to all the questions which we were missing actually. And the one point which I picked up is that devotional service is the complete package. Whether we are doing it in conditional stage or liberated stage, because that is our constitutional position to serve Krishna. And if we learn as early as possible and start doing here in this material life, then we are basically, we will have the experience how we are going to serve Krishna in spiritual world. And that is what we are learning in association of all the nice devotees and Srila Gurudev, Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Prabhuji, for these nice classes. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. This is for my benefit, Mother. Thank you very much. Srila Gurudev ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Okay, now there's some response coming from devotees who written down. So Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you for the class. This session was very intriguing and deeply philosophical. The one thing that struck me is that we are so complicated that I personally don't even know that I am complicated. And as you said, that we need a process to make us realize this. And so talking about lofty things, random questions related to Krishna, without even thinking, doesn't make sense. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Okay, this is Suchi Mataji. And we've got Mayuresh who was saying that devotional service leads to devotional service. It will lead to our original consciousness. I have personal reason to go back to Godhead, but devotional service will lead to devotional service and ultimately love for Krishna. I should aim to serve Krishna and in any way possible, and always remember Krishna, even when circumstances are not in favor. Okay, thank you very much, Krishna Vrishabhu. Okay, those who are still remaining, can you please write down in the meantime? Dolly Mataji, yes, please.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you for your class, Prabhuji. There was so much very useful information throughout these 3 classes. So I picked up this main point is that it has to be a focused devotional service, not thinking of going back to Godhead, where there are chances of falling down as well. So if our devotional service is regular, it's you know what we're supposed to do, then this material world can be our Godhead. But so we don't actually have to wait to go back to Godhead. If we are focused and we are doing our proper devotional service here, this is the Dham. Right?
Yes, but that doesn't mean we should not go back to Godhead. We should. That's correct. That's correct. Okay. So Pan Prabhu writes, answer our question. Understand that once we go to Godhead, never falls down. We go to Godhead for devotional service. Okay. Thank you. Yes, Krishna Prabhu, we have to say your points, please. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. It was a very nice series of lectures and discourse, and a lot of very important points that were covered, and also a lot of points to think about as well. One thing that I realized was that ultimately that love, to develop that love for Krishna is what's very important, because that also then your questions and your sincere questions get answered if you sincerely read Srila Prabhupada's books and in the mood of for us as Srila Gurudev, in that sincere mood, and you develop these questions, that love for Krishna that you develop will place you in good stead. So that's one thing that was reinforced to me in these lectures. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Hare Krishna. Anyone remaining now? No. Okay. Can Prabhupada Udasi now can stay, please? You can finish.
So, Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you very much for the wonderful sessions. And thank you to all the devotees as well, because it was very, very inspiring and see all the different. So, yes, it answered my questions. And I have definitely. I feel like it has helped me to raise more questions, so to speak. You know how you don't utilize all of your all the capacity of your brain. So I felt like this was expanding that capacity to be able to think more. And of all the points that Ray's got answered, I think the point where you said that ultimately, as devotional service leads to devotional service, and bhakti leads to bhakti. So we are doing that. We are following that process, and then where Srila Gurudev and Srila Prabhupada and Krishna wants us to go, or what they want us to do, we do. So then that also answers this question whether we go back to Godhead or we go anywhere, because what is the aim? The aim is to actually serve Krishna through serving his devotees, so to be the servant of the servant of the servant. So it gives me the confidence that if you're actually with, in this material world, what is the thing that keeps you in your consciousness and keeps you away from falling down? You have to do the same thing in the spiritual world. Should be the same. Shouldn't be different. It is the same. If we are saying devotional service is the same. So I was just thinking when you said this point, and I thought, what is the one thing that we are doing to stay Krishna and not fall down? That is to have our association and with Srila Gurudev and Srila Prabhupada. So that Srila Prabhupada said, read my books, fall down. So we have to do the same thing. Then wherever they, because that way then wherever Srila Gurudev is there, wherever Srila Prabhupada is there, because in this whole process, Prabhuji, you have mentioned always that it is not, you cannot do this yourself. Our Hare Krishna can name is also we can, together we can. And the whole importance of Guru Shishya Parampara came to me. And then you have the backing. Then there is a chance that we may not fall down. So that was a real thought I heard. And, I think so. That's the striving, or the ambition, or the goal that I want to be the servant of the servant. Know that Krishna is master and I'm the servant of the servant, and to serve Srila Gurudev, Srila Prabhupada in disciplic succession, so that then there's no chance to fall down. Hare Krishna.
Okay, Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Anyone is still remaining? I think everyone is covered. So those who are not here, they can write down their messages in the WhatsApp group of their levels, please. Beginners, intermediate, or leaders, so that we all know, and you can share your points. You can have your say. You know, always give everybody a say. Okay, wonderful. This helped me in my quest personally. I'll tell you, when finding these answers too. So it's always important that none of us in the material world can say, I know all the answers. Without help, we'll never get. So help is very, very important. Very, very important. And without the help that we get, we'll not be able to survive and grow. So for our growth, this is needed, you know. So for my personal growth is dependent upon all the Vaishnavas' blessings. And you all are chanting Hare Krishna, all of you are Vaishnavas. So please bless me in my quest for devotional service, so I can perform my bhakti as would please His Holiness Mahavishnu Goswami Maharaj and Srila Prabhupada. Yes, Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Whose turn is it to sing Maharaj, Maharaj, please hear us today? It's my turn, somebody has come.
My turn, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
हरे कृष्णा सुभद्रा जी कैसे हैं आप?
मैं ठीक हूँ, प्रभुजी.
बहुत अच्छा. कैसा लग रहा है आपको? ऑस्ट्रेलिया ठीक लग रहा है? पसंद आ रहा है आपको ऑस्ट्रेलिया?
ठीक
हाँ,
है.
पसंद आ रहा है आपको कि न्यूजीलैंड की याद आ रही है? ना, न्यूजीलैंड की क्यों याद आएंगी भाई? आपके पेरेंट्स वहां पर है, सब कुछ वहां पर है. न्यूजीलैंड में क्या है? हाँ, क्या है न्यूजीलैंड में जिसकी याद आए आपको? फ्रेंड्स है. ओह, वो तो ठीक है, वहां पर नए फ्रेंड्स बनेंगे आपके. वेरी नाइस, वेरी नाइस. ऑल द बेस्ट. माधव जी कैसे हैं आप? ठीक है?
मैं ठीक है, प्रभुजी.
बहुत अच्छे हैं. आपको पसंद आ रहा है ऑस्ट्रेलिया? हाँ जी, पसंद है ऑस्ट्रेलिया आपको?
यस प्रभुजी.
हाँ, न्यूजीलैंड की याद आती है? नहीं समझ में आ रहा मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ. यू अंडरस्टैंड? आपको पूरा वेस्टर्न बना दिए आपके पेरेंट्स ने. इतना अच्छा खासा हिंदी बोलता था, वो खाली अंग्रेजी बोलता है. अंग्रेज बना दिया आपको.
Prabhuji, you're teaching him slowly, slowly.
अभी क्या टीच करोगे? खत्म हो गया. It took 1 month, only 1 month of my time that I told my son spoke to him in English. Only 1 month. वो फिर सब भूल गया था गुजराती. But before that वो याद करो, बोलता रहा गुजराती. अभी भी आता है, बोलता है वो. 1 महीना ही खाली. मैंने बोला आप लोगों को मत करो, पर कौन मानने वाला है? मत करो अभी, छोड़ो. अभी उसको बोलो हिंदी. आई बी वेरी हैप्पी अगर बोलेगा हिंदी ठीक से. हाय माधव, यू स्पीक हिंदी? लर्न हिंदी? हाँ, ला हो गया आपका. You don't want to learn. कैसे कराओगे आप? If you chastise him, the police will take you in the jail then. ऑस्ट्रेलिया इंडिया में होगा तो पुलिस बोलेगा बराबर है, मातृभूमि भाषा आनी चाहिए, मारो उसको. मारो नहीं, एक्सक्यूज मी, सिखाओ उसको, you know.
Yes, sir. Only way is to take them to India maybe for
That's
little
the
bit
point.
more.
Every 2 years minimum, Maharaj would tell me, if you can afford it, Ambrish, then every 2 years bring your child to India. He was Jai Krishna-Das, you know, to India. So there will be connection, you know. So do it, you know. So please, you must do it.
Yes,
Okay. Hare Krishna. ठीक है सुभद्रा जी, thank you for waiting. I will now sing very much.
Hare Krishna. She also was listening the class, so she wants to tell also the point.
Oh, very good, very good. Tell. What are your 2 points? Yes.
One point from the class I really interested me was that we're actually killing so many bodies in seconds while we're eating. And many people think that we should go up to Godhead when we're actually killing bodies. Why should we go up there?
Yeah, we don't deserve to go there. Very good, very good. But we have to go somehow, chant Krishna's name. Very nice. All the best to you. May all blessings be on you. Hare Krishna. Very nice. But please continue devotional service. And one day you will go back to Godhead. All of us will go back to God. There's no other option. No? Yeah? All the best to you, huh? Hare Krishna. Now please sing very nicely and we'll follow you. Okay? 1, 2, 3, start.
Maharaj, Maharaj, please hear us. Maharaj, Maharaj, please hear us. We have learned some real good stuff. We have learned some real good stuff. Maharaj, we have learned one thing. Maharaj, we have learned one thing. And today for you we will sing. And today for you we will sing. If our room is clean, if our room is clean, then our mind is clean. Then our mind is clean. If our mind is clean, if our mind is clean, we can do anything. We can do anything. If our room is dirty,
If our room is dirty,
then so are we.
then so are we.
And if we are dirty,
And if we are dirty,
we're not happy.
we're not happy.
Wasting time.
Wasting time
Is the greatest crime.
is the greatest crime.
Because wasted time
Because wasted time
means a wasted mind.
means a wasted mind.
It's the best to use your time.
So best use your time
When you're in your prime.
when you're in your prime,
And your whole life.
and your whole life
Will be sublime.
will be sublime.
If your wealth is gone.
If your wealth is gone,
Then there is nothing wrong.
then there is nothing wrong.
But if your health is gone.
If your health is gone,
Then that's a different song.
that's a different song.
If your character's die.
If your character's die,
Then the world will cry.
then the world will cry.
Only saintly behavior.
Only saintly behavior
Let humanity die.
let humanity thrive.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
We must always remember Krishna.
We must always remember Krishna
Never forget him too.
and never forget him too.
But how are we to practice this with so many things to do?
But how are we to practice this with so many things to do?
That is the greatest question.
That is the greatest question,
And here's the greatest clue.
and here is the greatest clue.
You learn to work so nicely that Krishna remembers you.
You must learn to act so nicely that Krishna remembers you.
So listen very closely.
So listen very closely
And make your thinking sharp.
and make your thinking sharp.
Let's learn how we can live and work so Krishna won't depart.
Let's learn how we can live and work so Krishna won't depart.
This if something due tomorrow.
If something's due tomorrow,
Finish it today.
finish it today.
Whatever's due today.
Whatever's due today,
Do it now, don't delay.
do it now, don't delay.
Your friends might be lazy.
Your friends might be lazy
Or doing bad things.
or doing
bad
bad things.
But you think again.
But you
But you
think again.
Don't follow them.
Don't follow them,
And you will win the end.
and you will win the end.
Whatever work we're given.
Whatever work we're given,
We do our very best.
we do our very best.
We only live with what we need and give Krishna the rest.
We only live with what we need and give Krishna the rest.
This is how to live, to work and to play. You learn to live this way, you'll see Krishna every day.
This is how to live, to work and to play. You learn to live this way, you'll see Krishna every day.
And when our time is up, he'll take us up above. We sing and dance with him with our heart full of love. And when our time is up, he'll take us up above. We'll sing and dance to him with a heart full of love. So chant Krishna's name, his glories and his fame. The only way this world will ever become sane. So chant Krishna's name, his glories and his fame. Is the only way this world will ever become sane. Now please ask this greatest question. Now please ask this greatest question. And find this greatest clue. And find this greatest clue. You can only remember Krishna. You can only remember Krishna. If Krishna remembers you. If Krishna remembers you. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
जय जोड़ना शिला महाविष्णु गोस्वामी महाराज शिला गुरुदेव की जय। जगत गुरु शिला प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। श्री निताई गौरचंद्र प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपदाय भूतले श्रीमती महाविष्णु गोस्वामी के नामिने। नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपदाय भूतले श्रीमती भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी के नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रसाद निर्विशेष गुणविद्या। Thank you very much. Krishna willing, we'll meet you next week. Same place, same time. Till then, chant Hare Krishna and be happy. And let others know who missed out to give their answers online on our WhatsApp groups. Okay? Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji.